Hey folks, good morning. I hope everyone can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me. Bom dia, per trader. Vin, good morning. Coin, hey brother, how are you? Ronaldo, good morning, brother. Arthur, good morning. Sophia, good morning. Tamimi, good morning. FL trader, loud and clear. Thank you so much, brother, for saying that loud and clear. I really would love to go to the chart before all of these greetings because the time is very short. I have just 14 minutes, 60 minutes left for 9:30 open, so would love to go faster to the chart. Okay, so over here you can see this is that weekly chart, and this is a bullish candle so far. I'm more interested to look for this sell side liquidity over here. This is my weekly target from the weekly chart until this market is below this volume imbalance over here. Until this weekly candle is below this volume imbalance, I'm more interested to look for this sell side liquidity from the weekly chart, from the weekly basis. So not from the 15-minute, 1-minute chart. From the weekly chart, I would love to see finally this market will fall for this sell side liquidity. More importantly, for this sell side liquidity and for this gap over here. That is my expectation so far. From the daily chart, you'll be able to see here is an inverse gap. So I'm just not going to mark that gap. Instead of that, I'm marking the quadrant levels over here. So from the daily chart, look at this inverse gap. Just didn't. Okay, let me actually mark the gap as well, so it will be helpful for all of us to understand. So this that gap. I'm more interested to see this market will go for that gap 50% at least before falling and clearing this sell side liquidity. It will keep going higher, and it will take this what's I mean the 50% of this gap at least, and then we will decide if it really would love to go higher or does it love to fall or reverse from there. But for now, I'm interested to look for that 50% from the daily chart, again not from 15-minute chart, not from 1-minute chart, from the daily chart. It will keep going higher for this area, and then it will support the weekly expectation from this gap, and it will start to fall again for this sell side liquidity. So I'm more interested to look for this 50% until this market is above this fair value gap. So not the fair value gap, until it is above this new week opening gap, which is actually old week opening gap. Until it is above this old week opening gap, I'm more interested to see it will go at least until the 50% of this specific gap over here. I'm not interested to mark this quadrant level. Instead of that, just remember this gap 50% is my interest to see that 50%. Okay, so I would love to make it visible until 15 minutes. It's over there. Okay, however, it's good. So this is so far from my expectation from the daily chart. Let's go to the 4-hour chart, and so far from the 4-hour chart, you'll be able to see here we have that buy side liquidity from the 4-hour chart, this high and that high, that the relatively equal highs. I am interested to see it will work with this gap, which I'm going to mark right now from the 4-hour chart. Depending on that premium and discount logic here, it will work with this gap and it will clear that buy side liquidity. So today my target is this buy side liquidity until it is not going to close below this gap over here. Until it is not going to close below this gap, I'm more interested to look for that buy side liquidity. If I mark here to here, this is that equilibrium, so it can come until here, or maybe we can come until here. I don't have any problem, but body has to close inside this gap. More importantly, I would love to see this market will reverse from this gap, not from this gap. It will reverse from that gap, which is the premium fair value gap, extremely premium fair value gap. around the opening, I prefer some kind of fall first and then it will go higher for that buy side liquidity. That is my expectation. If it keep falling, I will wait until this gap to be traded, then I will start to look for buy again. If it close below this gap, then I will start to look for fall. I don't know how far I'll look for the fall because it's not logical to me to think about the sell. Maybe I'll let the sell go or today's trading to go. Just not interested to look for any kind of sell. However, this from the 4-hour chart, you can see it left that relatively equal highs, came to the deep discount. From the deep discount, it can go to the deep premium over here. This is the deep premium area. It come here, no problem with that. But now this leg should work with the premium and discount. It should work with the premium area maximum until the equilibrium, and then it will go for this buy side liquidity. From the hourly chart, over here, this is the new week opening gap. From this week, the new week opening gap from that week over here, you can see so beautifully it has worked with the 50%, traded the lower quadrant of this week new week opening gap, and then it reversed from there, came until this area, which is a deep premium area. I'm really happy to see that. Now I'm more interested to mark this leg over here, from here to here, that leg. So actually let me change the color so that you can understand this is the new week opening gap. So in that specific leg, from low to the high, this is the equilibrium. I don't want to see that this market is coming to this deep discounted fair value gap from the from the hourly chart. So this deep discounted gap, if it come here, I'll immediately switch my bias and will start to look for sell, which I'm not interested at all. So I'll let this all run go over here. More importantly, this market can come here, but in my opinion, this gap should be the last gap. So now I'm going to remove the 4-hour gap, which you have seen from the 4-hour chart. Instead of that, I'm going to mark this gap over here, that gap, to frame my most premium fair value gap. I would love to see this market is going to reverse from this gap, which is the hourly gap. It will work with this gap and then it will keep going higher. If it comes to this gap, still that is valid because this gap is around the equilibrium, but I'm not interested to see it is going to close below the constant crossment of this gap, because in that type of situation the equilibrium is going to be broken. So if this market really would love to fall, it can fall until here. I have no problem. Whatever it is going to happen because of the news or something, I don't care, but body has to close above or around this line. Okay, this is impossible, but still, if it is still happening like that, I don't care. Until the body is going to close here, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. My most interest to see it will come here and then it will go higher for this buy side liquidity from the 4-hour chart, from the hourly chart, from the 15-minute chart, from every time frame. That buy side liquidity is my more interest to see, but before going higher, I would love to see some kind of sell side liquidity to be taken, and I have only this low which should be taken, and market should come over here. In the meantime, around 9:30, if it go a bit higher and then give me a selling opportunity, I'll look for that sell until this parallel group. I know it's risky, but still I can take that risk. Here we have a very small gap, you can see over here. I'm just not going to mark it. You can keep it on your chart. It can reverse from that area as well, which I actually used around the 7 a.m. before the 7 or around the 7 a.m. to take the buy. However, that was the logic to take the buy from this deep premium area. If you are with me in the Discord, you already know that. But to be honest, I would love to see it will come here and then it will keep going higher for this relatively equal highs, then for this relatively equal highs, and then over here we have the 50% of that daily inverse fair value gap until that area. That is my expectation so far from the hourly chart. So however, from the 15-minute chart, as you can see, this market came here around this area, left that buy side liquidity over here, this high, that high, relatively equal highs. I'm going to mark this high instead of that high as my relatively equal highs, or the buy side liquidity over here. This is a shallow run. This low has cleared over here, which is a shallow run. So I'm going to mark that sell side liquidity from the 15-minute chart. Just a second. So this shallow run, I'm going to mark it as a, remember, it's not the sell side liquidity that I'm interested to target, but I would love to see this line will be cleared. Market will come to this hourly cap and then it will go for that buy side liquidity. If it starts to reverse from there, I don't have any problem. I will wait to see the market close from 15-minute chart above this gap, and then I'll start to frame the buy setup instead of thinking that it's going to clear that low coming to this hourly cap. Instead of that, it is going for that buy side liquidity, which is risky to me. for me, high probability is it will come here and then it will go for that buy. This is the high probability to me. Around 9:30, if there is a selling opportunity, I'll try to take that sell. But remember, that's not according to my bias. It's kind of a retracement leg I will try to catch. Okay, so it's not something very important to me. I can simply let this go, that fall, I can simply let this go, and then I can wait for the buying opportunity. It's up to you. However you would love to use that, it's up to you, but I'm just saying you what is my expectation and how I'm going to execute that execution. On my right hand side, you have seen this is that new day opening gap, old new day opening gap. Inside that new old day opening gap, we have today's new day opening gap that so far is respecting, market is holding. One candle has closed above this new day opening gap. It leave a sign over here, brother. When I'll be done lower here, when the job is done, I'll be back. I'll be back to clear these highs, all of these highs. I'll be back again. So first let me clear the lower job and then I will go for that buy side liquidity again. I'm going to break all of these things and I would love to go for that buy side liquidity. At the same time, it has the power to stop the market and send it lower for forever. Okay, for forever, for forever. It will keep falling. It has that power. But I'm not interested to see this new day opening gap or double new day opening gap is going to be so powerful and it is holding the market to send it lower. I really don't want to see that because either way, they're the volume imbalance from the daily chart. So from my daily chart, I know that my interest to see this market will come. Sorry, it's not over there. I think my interest to see it will come over here. I'm not wrong from the daily chart. Yeah, that is the daily fair value gap. So let me mark it from the daily chart. So when I'll be in the lower time frame, I will not get confused. So here from the daily chart and there. So until the 50%, I'm more interested to see this market will go and then maybe it will start to fall again. For the sell side liquidity, we'll see that later. But right now, I'm more interested to see it will fall at least until this gap. I will accept this market to come until that gap, but nobody should close below the constant crossment. Sorry, below the 50% of the premium and discounted area from hourly chart. Nobody should close over here. Whenever it will start, it will come here. It's my time to look for the buy. Come here, buy. Come here, buy. Come here, buy. Come here, buy. I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. The best area to reverse is from this hourly gap. That is the best area for the reversal for that buy side liquidity. If and only if this market is going to close before clearing that low above this gap, which is from the 15-minute chart, I will start to look for buy again without expecting that this market is going to take that low and coming to this area. Without taking them, if it would love to go for that buy side liquidity, I will wait for this gap to be inversed from the 15-minute chart and then I will start to look for buy for this buy side liquidity. If you ask me, I don't want to see that. I would love to see it will work as a resistance and this market will come here. Then it will start to give me the buying opportunity. In that type of situation, this gap will be not important to me. I will not look for this gap at all. But right now, I'll keep this gap until this candle is not going to clear that low. When this low will be cleared, this gap doesn't have any value to me. So I just break down the market from the weekly chart, from my empty chart. There was nothing over here from, as you have seen. From the weekly chart, I told you what is my expectation. From the daily chart, I told you how the daily candle is going to support the weekly area or weekly direction, how it is going to support that. From 4-hour chart, I showed you the premium and discount. And as the gaps are very big, I came to hourly chart. I break that 4-hour gaps into smaller gap to find out more precise area and find out more beautiful premium and discount, find out more beautiful things. Okay, from the 15-minute chart, I showed you how you are not going to expect the extreme liquidity. Instead of that, how you are going to mark the smaller liquidity or the engineered liquidity, internal liquidity, whatever you say. How you are going to use the fair value gap, that's going to be important. I wouldn't mark this gap. Instead of that, I would mark a bearish gap from here. If I had any bearish gap, that would be my important gap. I would say like that way. If there was a bearish gap, I would say until this market is not going to close above this bearish gap, I will keep looking for sell. As I don't have the bearish gap, I have to use this reclaimed gap to find out my bias. So until it is below this 50% or below this gap, below this 50%, that's my selling opportunity for this sell side liquidity, which is a low probability. And when it will be above this area to take that buy side liquidity, that is also a low probability. The high probability is only if it clear that low, come here, at least here, and then give me the buying opportunity. That is the high probability. Either if it doesn't happen like this way, everything I will frame, that's the low probability. I still have 3 minutes left, so I would love to go over here. By the way, guys, if there you get any sound, please let me know because my Zoom is open. I have to join to my classes today, and I have to join it from 10 actually, 10 a.m. New York local time. But my class is going to start from 12, so I just joined it beforehand. But if somebody join and then they start to talk, there can be some background noise. Just let me know that if there is any. However, we have 10 a.m. pending home sales. I don't care about that news because it doesn't have any effect to the Nasdaq market, so I don't really care about that. Tomorrow we have unemployment claims. It's gonna be very bad situation tomorrow because the day after tomorrow is the bank holiday. This Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday is the lowest probable day to trade for this week. The high probability was Monday. Even though we didn't have the news, I have told you how you are going to expect the expansion on Monday. As we have the Thursday holiday, trust me, this is gonna be so difficult just because we have the red folder news. If didn't have the red folder news or the unemployment claims tomorrow, or maybe PPI, CPI, nothing is tomorrow. It could be a high probable day both today and tomorrow. But as we have the high red folder news, people will try to catch the run through that news and market will do the manual intervention. So today, tomorrow, Friday, all of these days are low probability. First of all, today is, I mean, this is the last week of November. Yeah, so all of these things will make this low probability. Up to you guys how you would love to trade. Make sure that you are not over trading, you are not over leveraging. On my right hand side, you can see that we have this 15-minute chart over here. On my left hand side, it will be a 1-minute chart. Remember, we have framed this buy from here, the buy from here until the buy side liquidity. That is so beautiful. I'll talk about that actually after the market open. I mean, after the trade is done. At the same time, guys, you can see that I have like 11,392 subscriber. So if you guys can make it 11,400 subscriber, I'll be grateful to all of you. Okay. So this is the 9:30 open. I'd love to see the regular trading hour. There is the opening gap. I'd love to mark that opening gap. The opening gap. Okay. Let's see. Any kind of fair value gap it is going to create here, that's a high probability selling opportunity from the fair value gap over here. High probable selling opportunity. Market has cleared the buy side liquidity, traded the last fair value gap as well as this inverse gap, give the market a structure shift, not a beautiful one, but still market structure shift, fair value gap until to the top of this gap. It's a high probable sell. If there is a fair value gap, if no, then it's okay, just let this go. It is going to close from the 15-minute chart. So whatever time frame, I'll be over there. For example, I was in 15-minute chart. So okay, I'll try to rejoin. Okay, so around 10 you guys have to give me a bit time so that I will be able to rejoin over there. Just remember, until this candle is not going to tap here, I am bullish. Sorry, I'm bearish. Or without tapping here, if this market close above this gap, I'll start to look for buying opportunity. Now it is high probability buy, because it has cleared the sell side liquidity. So it's an high probable buy. It will be an high probable buy because it has cleared the liquidity. Even though it didn't trade this gap, it doesn't need to trade this gap. But until it is below this gap, I will keep looking for the selling opportunity now, as it is high probable because it has cleared that sell side liquidity now. Okay, so I think I should repeat this one more time so that you guys can understand. While I was explaining the market, I told that no buy is high probable without tapping to this gap, above this inverse gap. No buy is high probable just because I had the sell side liquidity. Now, after clearing the sell side liquidity, if it close above this gap from 15-minute chart, it's now a high probability because the liquidity has been cleared. But I can't look for a buy right now from here just because market didn't finish its job over here, as well as it didn't it is working as a resistance. This gap is working as a resistance. So I can't look for any kind of buy right now. If you find any buying opportunity, please take that. Instead of that, I'll better look for a selling opportunity. So for example, if this low is going to be shifted, there is a fair value gap. I'll try to take that sell from here to until this area. Okay. I'm online, right? You guys can hear me? Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I thought that there is some kind of internet problem, so I think I am already lost. What I'm looking for? Buy? Of course not. Until this market is below the 15-minute inverse gap, I will keep looking for selling opportunity. No buy is valid until it is below this gap from 15-minute. I will keep looking for selling opportunity. How far? Until to the top of this gap. If 50-minute candle close above this gap, my sell is done. I will not look for the sell. I will go back to my daily bias, which is bullish. If you see the SA market are absolutely unsynced, don't try to trade in that area. What did I tell you? Today, tomorrow, and Friday is the lowest probable day. It's the lowest probable day because of the Thursday holiday, as well as it's the last week of November. So you understand what I mean? Every kind of trade is highly risky these 3 days. So you have to remember that in your mind. How this information is going to help you. For the first time, when you have found the best opportunity to take entry, you took that trade. It worked. Beautiful. Stop trading. The first entry you have taken with the beautiful setup, it didn't work. You got stripped out. Stop trading. This is the beauty. Like other days, what did I say? Okay, that was a good trade. Change your account. Don't take the trade from the same account. But today I'm saying, if you take a loss, just stop trading. No changing account, no blah blah blah, nothing. Just stop trading. That's all. And for the members only live, okay, those who have the extra monitor, just open this area, just open this YM, the thing I shared you. Just open this chart and follow that things I shared with you guys. Just follow it. You'll see the precision today, I promise you, brother. There is a bearish 15-minute parabolic of 915. What is a bearish parabolic up around 915, brother? I don't see any bearish parabolic up from 915 from 15-minute chart. Oh, this one, a very small. Yeah, of course you can use this one instead of that gap. As you have this gap, I actually didn't notice this gap. You can use this gap as your direction. So when the body will close above this gap, you can start to look for the buying opportunity. But I prefer this whole gap that is much more confident, but because this gap is very small, so I told that there is no gap, but I can see right now there is a small gap. I really didn't notice, Jamil. Thank you for showing me this. So until this market is below this gap, it's a selling opportunity. When it will close above this gap, it's buying opportunity. I prefer this gap because it's more beautiful to see rather than this gap because it's very small. Okay, so I have got the market structure shift. Any kind of fair value gap is my selling opportunity. Yesterday, brother, you told that it left that buy side liquidity, so you told that no sell, so no sell is valid. But today you are saying you have this buy side liquidity. Still, you are talking about the selling opportunity. Why is that? Because yesterday's price action and today's price action. Yesterday, you have seen that after the big run, right? Remember, after the big bull run, you have seen this type of scenario. And today, it never went higher. So it was bearish all the time and your bias is bullish, so it is leaving this liquidity for later use after reaching over here. So now I have the most beautiful market structure shift, most beautiful 22 YT model, most beautiful, the best setup ever until to the top of this line. If it build a fair value gap over here without tapping to the top of this gap, it's a selling opportunity. If it come here, that means I have already missed the opportunity. Any kind of fair value gap over here, it's the best selling opportunity. Without tapping to the top of this gap. I'll add the paper trade. Let's see if it can take me. If it doesn't, it's okay. This is the best 22 IT model. But unfortunately, it didn't give me the entry. Unfortunately, okay. So right now, taking this trade as bit risky, but still I will go for this. Still, it is the best, and I don't like exactly to the top rejection. I don't like it. So I'll go for this risk if it give me without going furthermore. It just reverse from to the top, come back again, give me the entry, I'll try to take it. But if the body close below this line, not going to take it. Just didn't give me the entry opportunity. I'm absolutely okay with that. Yeah, none of them has given you the entry. Now I will start to look for the buying opportunity. Okay, I would get the boom actually. If it could take me over here, I could get the boom. Unfortunately, it didn't take me. It's okay. Any kind of buying opportunity right now is my best buying opportunity right now, until the hourly candle is going to close below this line. Remember, if it come here, I don't have any problem. I'll start. It's still, I'm bullish. It will give me the buying opportunity from here. I will still take the buy from here. I don't have any problem. Now this gap is not important anymore. From the 15-minute chart, that gap doesn't have any value to me anymore over here. Okay, people who are the regular trading hour people, they are seeing that. Look over here. This market open here, it is falling. What does it mean? That means it's bearish. Take the sell, take the sell, take the sell, take the sell. And I'm more interested to look for the buy. When it will start to give me the buying opportunity from this logical level, I'll try to look for that buy. I'm not interested to look for the sell, because those people who are seeing they have caught the top, this is the top, they should get stopped out. Still now it's 11,392 subscriber. I just need 8 more subscriber to make it 400 subscriber. So if any of you are not our subscriber, please make sure that you have pushed the subscription button and just turn on the notification so that you will know that we are in live. I'm really so uh, not frustrated. I will say that if it could give me the entry over here, I could take the best 22 YT model ever, at least the partial and the target until the 50%. That could be the best area. And it was a very nice run actually from here to until here. It was kind of 56 handle. I would be very happy to catch that, at least that 56 handle. Unfortunately, it didn't give me the entry, and it's absolutely okay. If it comes here around this area, I'll close this gap. That gap, I'll just close it from my chart, because I know this is the equilibrium and this is that gap which I'm showing you here from the 4-hour chart. Remember, most premium gap, it can maximum come until to this gap, to the top of this gap, or maybe until the 50%, whatever it is. But I would love to see the candle is going to close, the hourly candle is going to close above this line or around this line. So if it come here and started to go higher, it's my opportunity to look for the buy. I'm not bearish, I'm not looking for sell. It's not my bearishness until it is supporting the logical level to me. I was bearish for the first time because it should come to this area at least before going higher. Just it didn't provide us the entry opportunity, and it's okay. Assalamu alaikum. আচ্ছা আব্বু, ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। এই কিলো আছে? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, সমস্যা নাই তো কোনো। আচ্ছা বাবা। However, if any of you would love to take the sale right now, please go for that. I'm not interested to look for any kind of sale anymore. I'm more interested to look for buying opportunity right now. Good morning, Hamad. Marquez, the best trades never take me. I always have to fight and struggle to get a winning trade. Man, that was the best setup. I clearly told that it's the best 22 IT model. Unfortunately, it didn't just give me the entry for a bit. And I'm absolutely okay with that, because I know that I'll be able to catch next trade. I missed it on. Maybe it will take a bit more time wait for the next train, but I'm going to catch the next train. That's all. Let's be patient today. You should be. You should be. Thanks for the penguin, Jamil. If trader, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you can that when Chitu goes live, kindly smash the like button. Chew. Thank you so much. And if trader, can you see that Mahdi has shared the Discord link? That's our Discord link. That's not gonna be invalidated. So you can keep that Discord link if sometimes you share the Discord link. I forgot to share the Discord link to you, brother, but you can see right now Mahdi just shared it over there. I was waiting for 935 border block to short, never tested. Yes, sir. I can see that. Never tested. It's okay. Never get frustrated. Don't chase the market. Wait for the next train. It will come always. Why stop loss is so big in US 100? Because US 100 I don't trade and I have no idea how to use this US 100. The data or the data you are seeing from US 100 is not the real data. I don't care if I didn't get any entry. Whenever my bias and you are same, that day is my profitable day. Thank you for that self-confident feelings. Yeah, thank you so much, Mahdi, for that. If I miss the trade, this whole day market is falling. I don't care. I will wait for the buying opportunity because my bias is bullish. I believe that this market will go higher. So I until it is going to support my logical area, I'm not interested to look for any kind of bullshit things. I really don't want to see any body close from the hourly chart. So the hourly candle is going to close after 10 minutes. I don't want to see the hourly candle is going to close below this line, to be honest. So on my right hand side, you can see this is the hourly candle so far. So I don't want to see this hourly candle is going to close below this line, which is the 50% or the equilibrium, premium and discounted logical, depending on the premium and discount logic. So it should not close below this line. After 8-9 minutes, it's going to close. Okay, just keep that in your mind. Mm, gonna be huge. At least I have to put my stop loss over here. 48 handle, 43 handle. Okay, I'll take that risk by putting the stop loss here and trying to take the entry to the top. If I get stopped out because I have to cover that order block min threshold at least. If I get stopped out, I'll try to take re-entry until this low is not going to be cleared. The entry should be within 5 candle. And if this market interested not to take me with her, I'm not going to chase the market. I will wait for the next trend again. I tried to catch the run at the beginning to fall. I was not able to catch it because market didn't give me the entry. Now I will try to catch this run from the beginning again, exactly from the beginning. If it wouldn't take me, I will catch the train from the next stoppage by taking some car, cover this station. So I'm not going to chase it, but I will just try to catch it from the next logical station. So it depends, okay, how it's going to work. I'm just counting the candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 candles, it has to come to this area. And remember, what did I tell you about the hourly candle? It can't close below this red line. It can't close. It can close around the line. I don't have any problem. But it can't close below this line. I don't think so it's going to take me with her. If it doesn't take me with her, I will try to catch it later. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. When this gap will be inverse, I showed you this entry one at least 1,000th of the time. That body can't close below the 50% of this gap. This is that gap. So I will try to catch from this gap, but not going to chase it from here. Oh, brother, I'm going to miss it, so I'm going to take it here. No, I'm not going to do that. Why I'm not interested to do that? For example, you push the button over here. Your stop loss has to be here, at least here, which is 100 handle, because this market can reverse until this area before going higher. That's why I'm not interested to chase the market. I tried to catch it from the beginning, exactly from here, where I was able to cover at least the opening of this order block. But it didn't take me. I'm absolutely okay with that. I missed this trade. I know where the market is going, right? You know that where the market is going. So I don't need to chase it exactly from here. I will wait for this gap to be broken, and then I will take the entry from this gap to until the buy side liquidity. You see this weak 50%, how beautifully it worked over here. That was another confirmation for me to be so confident to take the sell from here. I'm going to remove this one because it didn't actually take me and it went too far. You can see it's 99 handle. It's just the bad luck, brother. Trust me, that sell until here, you are profitable. That buy from here, you are profitable. Both sell and buy was logical to us. I clearly and absolutely perfectly outlined them to you, how you should expect. But market just didn't give me the entry. This is called, this market is testing your patience. Don't be patienceless. Don't be like impulsive. Don't be like that way. Wait for the next train. It's okay, let it go. The next train is always be there. You should be thankful because you knew that this is going to fall from there. Until here, no, I didn't know that. But at least here, I knew that. Then we knew that it is going to go higher from here, from very logical level. Unfortunately, the market didn't take us. Okay, no problem. Not going to chase the market, not going to push the button from this gap by thinking that, oh, okay, maybe this gap is going to hold the market sending higher. Maybe it will happen. I don't care, but I'm not going to chase the market from there. On the other hand, you can mark the gap, sorry, the line here, and you can look for the premium and discount for this leg. So if it come until this equilibrium or this gap over here, which is not a good idea, instead of that, if it fall a bit, then you can wait for the order block entry again. If it give you that entry, if it doesn't, just let this go. Wait until this market to close above this gap, which is the last fair value gap, and then you all of you know the rules, right? When it will close above this gap, nobody can close below the constant crossment of this gap. Nobody. Without closing this gap, it will, sorry, below the constant crossment of this gap, it will go for the buy side liquidity and then it will fall. So wait for this kind of scenario. It's okay if it doesn't take you, just let this go, brother. You should be happy that you knew how it is going to work. You just waited for this opportunity. Market didn't give you the opportunity, but you have to be happy that I exactly knew that. Not me, you guys. You guys knew that how exactly it is going to work. Don't you feel good, brother? Was this market was true outlined to you? before it happened. Now if you don't feel like that way, man, you are not doing it great. So please do it greatly. Just ask yourself, did you know that this is going to work like that way? Ask this to yourself, did you know that it is going to work exactly like that way? Just didn't give you the entry. Other days it gave us the entry, today it didn't give the entry. Okay, okay, I'm not going to cry for that. For Sophia, yesterday you asked me a question, remember? From the same time frame, how we can look for the order block from the same time frame. Look at this exact scenario. Market cleared the buy side liquidity, market structure shift, fair value cap. Market didn't give you the entry over here to this fair value cap. It will come here again. That's your order block opportunity to look for the sell if your bias is bearish. Just remember, if your bias is bearish, this is the area where I look for the order block from the same time frame if I'm still bearish. This is the live example for you. Just the problem is here I'm not bearish anymore. So I'm not looking for the bearish order block here, bearish order block to take the sell. But if my bias was bearish, that is the area where I look for the sell again from the order block from this 22 YT model unfinished business area. I just don't believe in this gap anymore. To push the button, instead of that, I need the confirmation, so I wait for the order block. Okay, sister? Guys, I have to join to that Zoom actually, so just give me 1 minute, okay? My class is going to open actually around now, but I have to join now, but my class will start from 12 p.m. New York local time. Okay, guys, I just joined to the Zoom. If there is any background sound, please let me know, okay? Because other people are also going to join over there. So I really don't know if there is any background noise or not. So if there is any background noise, please let me know. Look at this leg over here right now. I don't want to see this market is coming below this new premium and discount. For now, I'm going to close this premium and discount, which was from hourly chart. Remember that low, that high, nobody should close. It can maximum trade the equilibrium, which was over here. Body didn't close. I don't need this anymore. So if for to the new leg over here, okay, I'm also going to remove this one. Oh, that was the new week opening gap. Sorry, need that. From 1 minute chart, if this market really would love to go higher, it should not go below this equilibrium. It should start to go higher. If it come again to this last gap, that means it's a bearish market. It's not bullish market anymore. It's a bearish market. So I will maximum I will let this market to trade this equilibrium to that high and the low depending on that premium and discount, and then it will start to go higher. For the first time it will come to this last gap. I will not look for the buy anymore. I will start to think about the sell if my bias is bearish. As my bias is not bearish, I will not take the sell, of course. but I'm bullish. I don't expect this market to come to this deep discounted area. This gap, not that gap. So let me actually remove this gap. Not that gap. This gap. It should not come to this gap over here. That gap should not be traded. If this market is still bullish, if it is bearish, it will come here and then it will work with the discounted area. It will fall to take that low, this low. I'm not bearish, so I will not take the sell. I'll just let this go. It came here. That means it has a high probability to fall and clear this low. That means any kind of buying opportunity from here is not the buy for me. I will not take that buy from here. It has a high probability now to take that low. Just remember that one. It will take that low. So maybe my bias is wrong. Maybe this market is going to fall to take that low. I'm just not interested to take the sell. I will outline the selling opportunity to you, but not going to take that sell. Just remember that. As this premium and discount, it came to this deep discounted fair value gap. It has a high probability now to clear that low. My bias is not bearish. I'm not going to take the sell. See this gap over here? It's the selling opportunity from that gap. If it make another gap here, the sell is going to be from that gap by covering the premium area to that new specific leg. I'm not taking this sell because my bias is not bearish. I will not take this sell. So I will be strict with my bias, but I'm just showing you how you are going to use the premium and discount. So when I was looking for a buying opportunity, I am not going to expect this market is coming here to this deep discount area. When it came here and made a bearish gap, this is a high probable selling opportunity for that low over here around this area. Okay, as I don't have any other fair value gap, I think I have a fair value gap. Let's see if it can leave that fair value gap. If there is a fair value gap, the sell is going to be from that fair value gap. If there is a fair value gap without this gap, the sell should be from that gap by covering that premium area. My bias is not bearish. I am not going to take the sell. I will only take the buy. Okay, so here from this gap, and you have to cover like the maybe until the 50% of this gap, until this sell side liquidity or this low over here. Just watch it. I'm going to remove this leg now, because I was needed this leg to see if this market failed to come to this deep discounted area. When it came to this deep discounted area, this leg has done its job. That means it came to the deep discounted, it is bearish. So when it is bearish, I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy run anymore. Instead of that, I'm going to mark this new leg over here, around here. This is the equilibrium where the market can maximum go, reach, and then it will fall again. I'm not bearish. I'm not taking this sell. I will let this go. If your bias was bearish, you could look for that sell. I'm not bearish, so I'm not taking this sell. I will let this go and I will keep waiting for the buying opportunity. You have to, of course, cover that gap like 50% with some handles. I'm just not taking this trade. That's why I just didn't outline it in a right way. But the overall logic is it can maximum trade until the equilibrium, then it will start to fall again. I'm not bearish. I'm not taking this sell. I will only look for the buying opportunity. So if this market go back again and closed above this gap, I will take the buy. But here, according to the logic, it should now fall to clear that low. Just fall and clear that low. My bias is not bearish. I'm not taking this sell. I hope my point is clear. You just observe how this premium and discount works. I will go for the buy whenever I'll find my first opportunity. I'll just take the buy. I'm not interested to take the sell because the bias is bullish. I will take the buy up only the buy. Okay, it didn't work. Happy to see that because my bias is bullish. So I will, if it doesn't work, I'm more happy. Take the buy because my bias is bullish. Market always go for the toward the bias. I have already proved you why this market is bullish. When I have already proved you why this market is bullish, you should keep looking for the buying opportunity. All the sell, you will now let it go. The only sell was valid from there. When this opportunity has gone, you are done for selling. No more sell is valid. You will not go for any kind of sell. You will just observe them. Can it fall and take that low, then give me the buying opportunity again? Or is it going to fail and going back again to give me the buying opportunity again? So you will only look for the buying opportunity. You are not going to push the button. The reason is you know what the market is reaching for. First, you have to know what the market is reaching for. When you know that opposite run, you will let them go. No problem with that. What I'm waiting for, a body close above this gap to take my buy. It will fall, clear that low. I'm not going to touch it. I'll just outline them. I'll just see if it can work like that way. If I were in that trade, if it would be a profitable trade or it would be a losing trade, but not going to push the button. You will observe the sell only, just for observing, not for taking. Buying are only the only thing, one and only thing that you are going for, because you know this is a bullish market. It's not a bearish market. So anytime it will fall, that's your buying opportunity, not catching the sell. Do you get the point, guys? How do I get this stream to stop freezing? Is it freezing? I don't know that. Observe this gap over here, not to take the entry, to look for the order block. Can the market make an order block with this gap over here? That means it will fall to this gap, and the down close body close candle is so beautiful to mark it as an order block. If you can do that, then you are going to take the buy from the order block until to the top of this last fair value gap. Any kind of sell I will frame, you will just observe it. But if your bias is bearish, of course you can take the sell if your bias is bearish. But my bias is bullish, I will only take the bullish setup. No sell is valid. Here, what I'm waiting for right now, I'm waiting for a order block. If it trade this gap, which is this gap, a beautiful bearish candle, I can use it as an order block. I'll try to take the buy from the order block until to the top of this last gap. If I don't find the order block, I will wait for the candle close above this last gap to take the buy from there again for the buy side liquidity. So this is two type of scenario I'm waiting for right now. If it keep falling, take that sell side liquidity. I will let this go. Not going to touch it, not going to take it. I will just see it. If I were in that trade, would it be a profitable trade? Would it be a losing trade? Just for that, I will frame the selling opportunity, but not going to take the sell. Just remember that, guys. Don't get confused. Now I have a beautiful candle to mark it as an order block. So if the body close above this candle, that's my first buying opportunity from this order block. Depending on the stop loss, of course. I mean, the stop loss is too big, then I will try to put the stop loss to the break even, sorry, to the min threshold of this order block. If the order, I mean, stop loss is not too big, then I will try to put my stop loss below this order block. All of these things, you know that. So right now, I will wait to see if it can validate this order block to give me the buying opportunity. If it doesn't do that, I will wait for candle to close above this last gap. Then we'll frame the buy again to the top of this gap until the buy side liquidity here, and of course until here. Okay, so this is two type of scenario you will look for. I'm breaking this market step by step. Focus over here how I'm doing it. Just don't be impulsive. Don't just button. I'm showing you when and how you should use some gaps, some premium discount levels, everything. Okay. First time it will close above this candle so far because this is the lowest down close body close candle. I can switch my order block from here to the next candle if I see another candle closed below this body. Then I can switch my order block from here to find out the order block until it is not going to be valid. Okay, it's kind of 74 handle. Of course, I'm not able to push the button for this 74 handle. What I will do, I will mark the min threshold of this order block and covered the min threshold, which is still 45 handle. 5 handle, 35 handle. Okay, maybe I'll miss it, but it's okay. First, it has to build the order block as a valid order block. Still now it's not a valid order block, so I'm not thinking about a buy yet. First, it has to build the order block as a valid order block. At the same time, if it closes below this candle or maybe here somewhere, I will switch my order block from there to there. It will keep falling. I'll let him fall. Not going to touch it. Still now, this is the order block. No, you're not looking for discount and premium here anymore. The this leg over here around this area, this leg, it came here valid, it came here valid. Now it is inside that whole leg. So here you don't have the opportunity to look for premium and discount anymore. You should look for the premium and discount to this specific leg. This is the buy side liquidity. This is the low of that candle. I think it has built another sell side liquidity on your left. If you find any, yeah, there is a relatively equal lows here actually. You can mark that low as your relatively equal lows. So you have this sell side liquidity over here, you have this buy side liquidity over here. All of this leg is important to you, and after this leg, that is the next leg where you will look for the buying and selling opportunity. That means if it should not come to this discounted area. When it came to this discounted area, any kind of pushing button from the buy is kind of low probability because it should not come over here to that area. It should not come to this area if it would love to keep going for that buy side liquidity. There is a high probability it will keep falling for that sell side liquidity. Now if it would love to do that, I will not take the buy. Instead of that, if I really would love to look for a buying opportunity, I need something that is going to help me to understand the buying opportunity, I mean the beautiful buy setup. First of all, I will look for 22 YT model. If there is no 22 YT model, I will use the what to say, I mean this is called trough fair value gap, order block. Just not going to push the button from this gap. Instead of that, wait for the trough fair value gap order block to get a confirmed entry. We'll see that. It has a high probability to keep falling to take that sell side liquidity. But if it do that, I will not be able to catch that sell just because my bias is not bearish. So I will keep waiting for a buying opportunity and I will need a confirmed entry. The confirmed entry is going to be happen from the order block. According to this order block logic, it should be unfilled here. This gap should be unfilled, right? Still now there is no order block. When the body will close above this line, which is I write it down as an order block, it is going to be a valid order block. But I will try to catch the run from the opening of that order block because of the volatility. I can miss this trade. I'm okay with that. But I can't just push the button from the order block because it's going to be huge stop loss for me. So I'll take maximum 30 handle risk over here from the opening of this order block. Two risks I'm going to take here. First, I have an opportunity to miss this trade because it can simply tap to this order block, can keep going higher. The second opportunity is I'm going to miss the trade because I am going to take a loss because I'm not able to cover this whole order block. Instead of that, I'm just trying to cover the mean threshold of that order block. See this mean threshold? Just covered that mean threshold of that order block. When the first body will close one tick above this line, it's gonna be a valid order block. Yes, it's true. It's not too old because it is more than 5 candle. It's too old because it was not immediate. So like if you need the immediate order block, that is high probability. But as you can see, this market is kind of weird. It's not giving the entry opportunities. I would love to use this gap and that order block until this gap is not broken. What to say, trap gap is not broken. So as you can see, nobody has closed below this trap gap, so I'm still believing this order block that is holding the market. It is not even the order block yet. It's not the order block. It can be changed. Maybe another body is going to close here. I will change this order block from here to the next candle. It will close one tick above that line, order block line. That's my valid order block. And you can clearly see that this is kind of weird, right? Like not happening very fast. It's doing all of this consolidation, all of these things. Why is that? Because this is a low probable days to trade. Is this order block a high probable trade? According to the price action, it's not an high probable. At the same time, if you are thinking this is going higher for that buy side liquidity, you can use this only logical area to take the entry. Not the high probability, the way I was keep shouting, the best setup, the best setup from here. It's not something like that. Waiting for the confirmation is too hard. Even actually after missing two beautiful entry opportunity, waiting for the confirmation is too hard. But don't be impulsive. Don't just push the button because you're thinking it will go higher and you push the button. Let's try my luck. Don't do that. You need the confirmation. You see my stop loss? You want me to enter? I will be very careful. Market maker is here, so I'll be very careful. I will hide my hide my stop loss, brother. Don't worry. When I'll put my stop entry, I'll hide my stop loss so that you won't be able to see my stop loss. Of course, brother. It's gonna be a beautiful order block then if it can do that. I don't wanna see this gap is going to be filled 100%. First of all, I don't wanna see that this gap. I don't want to see this gap is going to be filled 100% because if it filled 100%, all the things I'm trying to do here, it's gonna be invalidated. I'm not able to do anything over here anymore. So I don't want to see this gap is going to be filled 100%. First of all, if it do that, I'll immediately stop buying over here. No buy will be valid to me anymore. Sresh, where is your stop loss? Where is your entry? Let us know. I would love to take your stop loss, brother. Let me know where is your stop loss, where is your entry. As you are shorting. I'm gonna take your stop loss, brother. I shorted at 834 candle. Just tell me the price, brother. Oh, okay, you already put the stop loss to the break even. Then there is no word to say. I mean, if you take the sell and your stop loss is not yet at to the break even, that means you are taking it right now because you told that I'm shorting. You are going to short. So if you do that, let me know that. I would love to catch your stop loss. Still, there is no entry for me as well. Good luck on your short. Yeah, good luck on your short. We really appreciate it, man. Good luck with your MMXM model. MMSM model, actually. Not XM, SM. I wish you'll get your boom. I'm DB, by the way. This is my new account. Just logged in with another Gmail. Wow. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, DB, for being over here. Okay, Sresh Sharma is the one who is looking for short. Okay, we'll see. He's the market maker, so be careful, guys. If any of you are taking buy, don't tell him where is your stop loss. Otherwise, he will take you. Chop chop. I'm here every day, almost just to say I take my own trades here for support. Learned enough from you to trade alone. Congratulations, DB. Thanks, brother, for that comment, man. I really appreciate it. IT2, I'm getting below error in blue position bracket enabled. How to resolve? Sharda, I'm really not an expert of this type of things. Just ask these things to Tamimi or Mahadim FL Trader. Ask them to the Discord. They will be able to solve that. Sharda, okay? Man, sometimes you said buy, sometimes you said sell. We don't understand you. Okay, thank you for bringing these things. Whoever is listening to me, is there anyone who can tell me that I'm talking about sell here after this sell, after that sell? Is there anyone who can confirm that I have talked to take a sell even for a single time? Go for the sell, or I'm interested to take the sell. Is there anyone who can confirm that I told that I'm looking for sell? Or can you confirm that I'm just keep saying that I will only take buy, just buy, just buy, just buy. No sell is valid for me. What did I say? I'm getting below. Okay, Sharada, just ask this to Tamimi, Eiffel Trader, or Mahadi. They will be able to solve your problem, brother. And please, I need that answer, okay? Because Sohil has asked that he got sometime confused because I keep saying sell or buy, sell or buy. What did I say? Was there any confusion like ICT himself? It will fall, it will go higher, it will fall, it will go higher, and suddenly he will say you should go for the buy. Or am I very clear to my point? I will only take the buy. There is no sell is valid. If the market will keep falling, I'll let them go. And I will keep waiting for a buying opportunity. Was that very like bullet what to say, I mean the bulletproof comment? You should not be confused, to be honest. Yeah, you can observe the cell, okay? To be honest, you can observe the cell. There is no problem for observing a cell. I will just observe it. If it I would be in a cell, would it be a profitable trade or losing trade? I'll just observe that, not going to push the button. I will only push the button if there is a buying opportunity. To be honest, now I want 959 high to be swept that move down. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sharma, you can't do that. You can't change it. You told that you are looking for a short. So I am waiting for your stop loss, brother. You are bullish from minute on. Thank you so much, brother, for confirming that. So Sohil, I think, brother, either you didn't listen to me carefully or maybe you were late, brother. So there was no confusion for anyone. Nobody is confused about my buy or sell because I'm from the first minute I'm bullish. See this gap, this is my new buying opportunity from this gap. I don't know it will give me the opportunity or not. From this gap, it's my best 22 YT model. Market has cleared the sell side liquidity here. I don't know it will give me the entry or not. Okay, the sell side liquidity has been cleared. There is the market structure shift. I can't use the order block anymore because it has been broken over here, you can see, and I don't think so it's going to give me the opportunity, to be honest. So I have to let this go. The last opportunity when the body will close above this last gap, that is going to be my last opportunity to take the buy. At the same time, this is my buying opportunity. This buy is going to be invalidated if this candle touch the high of this last gap. This is going to be invalidated. Okay, stop loss has to be below this liquidity. I'm not able to do that. The next level just below the candle which has made this inverse gap, sorry, last gap, breakaway gap, I'm also not able to do that. So I will just put below that breakaway gap and we'll go for the buy from here. This entry is only valid if it failed to touch the high of this last gap. If it touched the high of this last gap, I won't be able to take this buy anymore. From the entry gap, here it is the entry gap, and I have the breakaway gap here. Okay, just let me remove this hourly gap from my 1 minute chart so that it's gonna be clean. You will be able to see that. And here I'm going to also remove this gap because this gap was only valid for the order block, but you can see this actually fall, take that low. I was not able to use the order block anymore over there, so I'm going to remove this gap. I wanted to see this gap will be unfilled. Market left that gap unfilled. I'm happy to see that. Still I'm bullish. Now let's see within 5 candle if it can come here to this entry gap to give me the entry. Okay, and here is the breakaway gap. I just put my stop loss below the breakaway gap because I can't put it below the candle which has built this breakaway gap. It is invalid if and only if it touch the high of this last gap. If it do that, I have to remove this entry and I have to start to look for a buying opportunity when the body will close above this last gap. Tap to this last gap, I'll start to look for buy again for that buy side liquidity by believing that nobody is going to close below the constant crossment of this last gap. I'm saying you clearly what I'm looking for. If it doesn't provide me that, I'll not take that. If it provide me that, I'll take that. Every day you see that I'm in a trade because it has provided me the entry. Today, This sell market didn't give me the entry. That buy market didn't give me the entry. This is the third opportunity I'm trying to catch. If it give me, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'm also happy. Entry from here not valid. It can it work from here? 100% it can do that. I'm not able to take it from here just because the stop loss is gonna be like 1000 handle. I'm not interested to take that. So I would love to take the entry from the entry gap by counting the candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10:35 candle. If this market doesn't give me the entry by 10:35 candle, I will not take this trade. Brother, you are missing the trade. No, I'm not missing the trade. Okay, please don't blame me for that. I'm just showing you the logics. If today's market is not interested to give me the entry, I'm not going to break the rules what I should follow just because of today, where I know that it's a low probability. Today, tomorrow, Friday, all these 3 days are the low probability. If I miss this trade, I'm not going to cry because I know that the next entry opportunity is going to happen from the top of this last gap. By believing nobody is going to close below the consonant crossment without clearing this buy side liquidity. And I'm also waiting for Sesh Sharma's stop loss because he told Hamad, good luck with your long. I noticed that. So I'm waiting for his stop loss to take. But guys, remember my stop loss, I just put it below this breakaway gap just because it's still 34 handle. I should put it below this low, which is gonna be like how many here, okay? I can't do that. It's gonna be a huge loss if I'm wrong. So I would love to take the lowest possible stop loss, and I am going to believe that it is going to work. Here I'm not watching the premium and discount because the leg here and here, these two leg was important for premium and discount. When it came here, it has already break the premium and discounted logic over here. No more premium and discounted logic is valid. This is the last candle to give me the entry. If it doesn't give me the entry, this entry is not valid. Okay, I mean, if any of you are in this trade, make sure that you have taken the partial over here, 1:1. That should be the partial level, okay? 1:1. If this candle wouldn't provide me the entry, instead of that this candle give me the entry, I wouldn't go for this trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maximum 5 candle. Best is 3 candle, but you can accept until maximum the 5 candle. If it make a gap here, for example, it has built a gap here. When the candle will close above this gap, that's my adding more opportunities over there. If any of you are in this trade, you have to take the partial over here, 1:1. Just go for 1:1 partial. If any of you are in this trade, I'm not asking to copy my trade because it should be your own decision. But if any of you are in this trade, you should take the partial around 1:1. I'm waiting for Sresh Sharma's stop loss. Where is his stop loss, guys? Let me know, okay? His stop loss. Man, I'm so afraid to take this trade. Why you are afraid to take this trade? Didn't you wait for the perfect opportunity? Yes, sir. Did you wait for the entry by following all the rules? Yes, sir. Did you waited for the bias entry? Yes, sir. Did you take the entry and put your stop loss to the logical level? Yes, sir. Did you put your partial level to the logical level? Yes, sir. Is there any buy side liquidity that you are going to target and you are believing market is going over there? Yes, sir. So everything has made. Why you are afraid of to take this trade? When you have waited for everything, better way, perfect way, why you are afraid to take this trade? For getting stopped out? You don't want to take the stop loss? You never would love to take the losing trade? Man, stop trading. Do something else. Trading is not for you. But brother, I already took some traded and it is lost. That means your impulsiveness. You are not patience. You don't have the patience for the perfect entry opportunity. Then you should, what you are doing, brother, here? You're just chasing the market. You are not waiting for the setup. You don't have the patience for the perfect opportunity. Then what you are doing here? Don't you do that? Ah, where is my lighter? Lighter, lighter. Brother, it is going to fall. Let him fall. Why you are afraid of that? Don't you have the stop loss? Yes, sir, I have the stop loss. Then what you are afraid of? I'm afraid of losing this profit. Then close the trade right now. If you're really afraid of losing this small profit, close your trade. However, I just didn't put it around 1 is to 1. You have to put it around 1 is to 1. So I think, let me check. Okay, where is the 1 is to 1? So here 34.50. 34.50. Still, it didn't give you the partial. I'll just keep it here, okay, for the sake of this conversion. But you will make it 1 is to 1. Take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. But the 30 handle is not enough. Okay, then I don't have any problem. Take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. I don't care about anything else. Take partial, put your stop loss to the break even. Got stopped out to the break even, be happy with that, with the partial. Did you took the partial? Yes. Did you put the stop loss to the break even? Yes. Forget about everything else. Now let it run toward your direction. If it give you the run toward your direction, be happy. If it doesn't, stop you out. Wait for this candle to close above this last gap. Then use this re-entry opportunity to your next account, not this account, because here you are already profitable. 34 handle, 50 cent. Maybe you went for five mini micro contract. Just think like that way. Five micro contract. You closed three micro contract over there. Okay, so near about 100 handle, $100 profit. Be happy with that. $100 profit in this lowest probable day. You put your stop loss to the break even. Yes, sir. You are safe. Yes, sir. Let's let it go. Let it go. My job is not to give you the signal. My job is to give you the perfect way to wait for the setup and go for the trade. How to hold the bias and then wait for the perfect opportunity to go for the trade. Brother, I'm seeing it is going to fall and stop me out to the break even. I'm going to move my stop loss. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you what you are thinking right now. You are seeing a bear candle and you are thinking that it will just stop you out to the break even and then it will start to go toward your direction. So you would love to move your stop loss. Don't do that. You will lose your profit that you have already made by taking the partial. You will lose that profit. Don't do that. If this is a bullish market, it should give me the speed. If it doesn't want to give me the speed, that means it is not bullish. Not now, maybe for later. Not now, maybe for later. What did I tell you? When this gap will be inversed, that's my adding opportunity over here. Now, if it doesn't want to give me that, I'm okay with that. But I will try to add over here. If it doesn't, then it's just a bad luck. Okay, so I'll hold it until here without. I don't think so. It is going to give me the opportunity. I'll just let this go. It just didn't give me that opportunity. That is bad luck. Suresh, Suresh Sharma, where is your stop loss? Is that here? I'm going to catch it. I'm going to catch it, man. Thank you, Hamad, for that penguin. I know that nobody is interested to write down boom, but it has provided you so far 78 handle, something like that, 79 handle, something like that. I think it's more than enough for being profitable from this bullshit market by using the logic, by using the model, by waiting for the setup, by finding out the way we should go for the trade, letting all other go. I think I deserve a boom, guys. So yeah, it's up to, okay, now I can see some boom. Maybe it is not going to hit my maximum target, okay, at this buy side liquidity. Maybe, I don't care, but still, it's a perfect area, right, to get my boom. 84 handle, something like that. Thank you guys for writing boom. Is there anyone who was in this trade with me and still you have some portion left for that buy side liquidity? Is there anyone who was in this trade with me? Jait, boom, 3113 account. Thank you. Lockout. Wow, congratulations, brother, for your payout. I mean, sorry, for your profit. Hamad, you are in this trade with me. That's cool. I passed my eval. Thank you very much. You are most welcome. I passed my eval. You're welcome. Big fat beautiful boom. Thank you, Marquis. Neptune. Thank you, brother, for being with me. Boom, boom, boom. I am still in. Cool. Make sure that you have trailed your stop loss. No more trade for me. Bless you. Thank you so much, brother. Yes, one contract left. Let it go until the buy side liquidity I marked, or maybe 5 handle above that buy side liquidity. Just 5 handle above this buy side liquidity. I'm not going to move it, but I'm just showing it to you. Okay, 5 handle above this buy side liquidity. So if your entry is here, target is 855 here until there. Okay, just hold it until 5 handle above this buy side liquidity. It has an unfinished business. It can come back again to finish the unfinished business. That is actually a suck. Yes, 2 micro. Okay, that's cool. Boom, done for the day. Wow, congratulations. Boom, sakalaka boom. Yes, I'm up over 990 points. Congratulations, Hamad. Jamil, thanks for the penguin. 90. Okay, 90. Okay. Boom, its entry was crazy. This entry, oh, no, Jason. It was absolutely a logical trade, brother. Market has cleared the sell side liquidity. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. Yeah, my stop loss was tight. I agree with you, brother. It was very tight. I could get stopped out. There was no guarantee that I will be successful over here. But I would love to wait for the re-entry opportunity if I would get stopped out over here. However, I was seeing all of these things over here. What did I say? If this gap is closed 100%, I will not take any kind of buy over here. No buy is valid to me. I first tried for the order block, but unfortunately the order block has been messed up over here. So I just removed that idea from my mind. Instead of that, was waiting for that entry gap. What else could happen? Maybe it would give me the entry by 6 candle. In that type of scenario, I would leave this entry. I wouldn't go for that trade. Just simply let it go. Okay, it didn't give me perfect. See this gap, it should not close below the constant crossment of this gap. This gap, it should not close below the constant crossment of this gap. Keep watching. Okay, boom. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Tito. Blown to challenge, but made 2K1 Lucid Pro and 3K1 Tick Profit Trader Pro. How could you guys blow the, blow the account in this session? In this session, how could you blow the account? When I was reading all the market with you guys, was very specific. How could you blow the account? Come on, guys. Going for job. Okay, Khushit, see you, brother. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for the penguin, brother. I don't want to see anybody close below the constant crossment of this last fair value gap. Below this last fair value gap. It could come until this order block to be traded one more time because it is an unfinished business. But body should not close below this constant crossment. If the body close below this constant crossment, it has a more probability to keep fall, to clear that low, to trade this last fair value gap, which I write it down as a breakaway gap, and then it will start to go higher. I don't want to see anybody close below this constant crossment. The first time it closed below this constant crossment, it's a low probability now to go higher for that buy side liquidity. So what else can happen? It will come to this breakaway gap and then it will move again. For example, I was in this trade over here. I took the buy from there. Where should be my stop loss? Below this two candle, because this is the two candle which has validated this inverse gap as a inverse gap. One, two candle. So my stop loss would be below that candle. Okay, just two handle below that candle. First time it will close above this candle, I would move my stop loss below the lowest down close body close candle. I would do that over here. If it wouldn't do that like that way, I would get stopped out over here and I would wait for the next opportunity above this last fair value gap to take re-entry over there. By believing cut through the candle, I'm going to cut through all of these candles. It has traded the order block. I would love to mark the 50% of this order block to see does it want to respect the 50% of this order block or not. So this is the 50% of this order block. So for the body didn't close below this area, so still see if it can go higher from that order block mean threshold or not, or is it going to fall? If it fall, it is a new opportunity to give us the new entry opportunity. If it keep falling, my stop loss is just two handle below the order block, and I can get stopped out over here. Okay, this is another example for you guys to understand the importance of the partial. For example, I was in this trade, I didn't take any partial, I put my stop loss to the break even or maybe a bit below of this break even, whatever it is. Look how far it has reached. Until here it reached until there 96 handle, then reversed. Either it will give stopped me out to the break even or maybe with some small portion of the profit, whatever it is, or maybe my stop loss is still over here, I'm still survived and this market went higher, maybe I'll be lucky, maybe. But if it can simply stop me out and then keep going higher, right? It could do that. That is the importance of the partial. That's why I always tell you, go for the partial, go for the partial, go for the partial. I keep pushing you guys to go for the partial. Now you will see this is a losing trade. I really appreciate it, those people who are going to see this as a losing trade. It when it left that liquidity, it means it is going to give you another opportunity, Hamad. It was too close. What happened? That means it is interested to give you another entry, brother. Andres. Oversizing. I didn't understand, Mariana. How I wanted to see more higher. It will go higher again, but it's gonna. It would love to give another entry. For example, I got stopped out here, so it would love to give me another entry so that I can take another profitable trade. So when you see this, you will like think like that way. Can I use the SMT? Let me check, brother. I think you can use it as an SMT. Yeah, I think so. You can use it as an SMT. But here I'm more interested to see it will come to this gap. Then it will start to go higher again. I would love to see like that way. I'm going to remove all of these things have been marked on my chart because I think it's enough for explaining. I'm going to remove these things as well from my chart because those people who are going to join me later, they will see I took a losing trade. But those people are with me. You already know what happened over here, right? Either way, boom, bro. Still lots of brother. It's a paper trade. You can see here, it's paper trading. If I were in my live trade, I mean live account, I wouldn't do that. So you know that. If I was with my live trade, then I would say you exactly what I told you to do. That I would do the same thing, exactly the same thing. If I'll trade, I will say like that way, brother. And I'm expecting this is going to happen until this Friday because as the beginning, as I told, okay. First of all, this was like last week of the November. Secondly, it's kind of the holiday, Thursday holiday. So it tells me that the rest of the day is gonna be difficult to trade. This is not a easy market. This market is not a easy market. Trust me, brother. I'm not saying this is my credit. I'm just saying you that if I were not here, you will be lost in this market. Simply, you will just lost in this market. You have no idea what to do. You will see buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, all of this area. Just I am here. You are seeing this is very easy to mark, easy to outline the area. If I keep going, you will see the same way. But it's not an easy market to trade. Trust me or not. Believe me or not. Thank you guys. At least I got one subscriber, 11,393 subscriber. Thank you so much. I'd love to come here a bit for the Take Profit Trader. We have 30% discount, no activation fees, 100% initial test refunds. So whatever you are going to pay to buy an account, you will get same amount of money back when you will request your first payout. Use the code T2Wizard, not this one. You will get the same thing if you use the code T2Wizard. Okay, let me actually write it on it. So if any of you are interested, please make sure that you have used the code T2 wizard. It's a great opportunity in my opinion. Remember what did I say you? Last variable gap, nobody should close below the consequent crossment of this last gap. So when it happened here, I'm going to cut through all of these candles and going to believe that this time it is working, it is going to work the last variable gap the way it should work. It can maximum trade this gap or maybe until this candle, because this two candle has validated this last gap as an inverse gap. So this time I don't want to see any body close below the consequent crossment of this last gap. If the body close, then I will start to trail the stop loss whenever it will close above this line over here. Then I will trail my stop loss to hold the, sorry, to cover my loss so that I don't need to get the losses. Please don't take this trade here because you have already took the beautiful trade. Just observe this one if it works or not. Okay, I can see that someone has taken the membership. Thank you so much, brother, for being the member. Please don't take this trade. It's a request. It's not because I'm seeing this down close candle, because I know why it is falling over here. It is more interested to trade this gap, and it will work with the upper area of this gap. Then we'll go higher. This is how I'm going to believe. But it's not because of that. It's because of just you hold that profit to your account. Don't overtrade. Just because of that, I'm saying this to you. You don't think that after seeing this down close candle, I'm saying not to go for this trade. Don't think like that way. I believe it will work. It should work. But if it doesn't work, it's okay for the paper trade because you are already profitable over here from that beautiful setup. You don't need to risk that profit over here again, depending on that low probable entry around this area right now. Hey brother, don't forget to give me the penguin, okay? And it passed to take profit trader eval almost near target. If you are very near to your target, don't trade right now because you will blow your account. This week is very difficult to trade. Let this week go and come back next week to find out better opportunity. This week is difficult to trade. I thought that it's the clean lows, but actually it's not the clean lows. This low has cleared over here. If it was the clean lows, okay, of course I wouldn't hold this trade, to be honest. As it is taken over here, I'm okay. For the first time, it will close out this line or that candle. I'll move my stop loss because this is the candle that has broken the 50% of this last gap. So it is still the cut through candle, but here it is more importantly, it should work with this gap's upper portion. If it work with the lower portion by the body, it means it is, there is no reason to hold this trade anymore. It's a low probability right now. I mean, I should close this trade. I'll just let it go because it's okay, but it has low probability to work right now because it would love to go for one more time below this low, then it will maybe go higher, but it's just a low probability right now. Just because it has closed with the lower portion of this gap, it has more probability to go for this, then maybe later it will go for that buy side liquidity. If you really would love to wait for another trading opportunity, you have to wait for some short of liquidity to be taken, then some sort of breakaway gap, and finally you can go for the trade. The way I was observing this gap, if it would work with the upper portion of this gap, I would tell you to go for the new entry opportunity by calling it as a high probability when it would be above these candles. Then I would tell you that this is a high probable buying opportunity again after seeing the breakaway gap. As it didn't work as a breakaway gap, I don't have the breakaway gap. I can't say that it is interested for that buy side liquidity right now. What else can happen? It will come back again to this breakaway gap, which is a high probability to buy, look for new buy from the breakaway gap from our 22 YT model. Remember the breakaway gap? It's gonna be a high probability to take the buy over here. At the other hand, all I need a breakaway gap here, new breakaway gap like this gap. That is gonna be our confident to go for the buy. I can just simply cover that breakaway gap. Right now, if I would love to cover, then I have to cover this breakaway gap depending on the price. Okay, so if it make another gap over here, for example, just let's wait. If it make another gap over here and closed above this last fair value gap, remember that's a high probability buying opportunity. This time it didn't work. It doesn't mean that the next time I'm not going to believe it. It's gonna work for sure. If it make a gap here and the body closed here, exactly this scenario again over here. If it happened, write it down on the right on the white page. This is gonna be taken. Just you have to wait. Which broker do you suggest trading from India? Is there anyone from India? If is there anyone from India, please tell him about that question. Which broker is better from India? Because I don't live in India. I really don't know about the broker. Okay, so to be honest, I really don't have any idea about the brokers. Xness. Okay, you can try. You trade prop from India. No, he is asking for the broker, not the prop firm. Thank you, Sophia, for that love. And Esfiso, brother, give me the real penguin, not the fake penguin, brother. You are the member now. And please try to join me on the next Friday to the members only live. Remember this buy from the Nasdaq. Okay, so from here, from there, the Nasdaq, the buy. Just let me. I'm not going to break it down. Just remember here, 1035 candle where we framed the buy. 1035 candle. 1035 candle. Just remember the 1035 candle. This is that area from 1035 candle. Exactly over there, we framed the buying opportunity. Now, if you watch this chart until here, okay, you are trying to take a buy from Nasdaq. Just look at that guy and tell me that what do you see over there? The exact thing I shared with you in that live. Are you seeing the same exact thing over here? Last Friday with YM. Are you seeing the same thing or not? Wait for a breakaway gap, this type of gap here. Wait for a candle close above this gap. Go for the trade. I'm taking the responsibility. If it doesn't work, I will give you the, sorry, what to say, I mean, kind of answer. No, you should not follow these things. You just go with yourself. I don't want to take that things. Just feel like that way. Xness is not available in India for now. Okay, I didn't know that. What indicator you is using for breaker today? I'm not using this indicator. I'm observing this indicator. One of my brother actually made this indicator, and he told me to observe this. So I'm just observing it. Okay, so I'm not talking about this just because I'm observing it. I have to observe it in live. So how many times it is going to work and what logic it is using for making that breaker block valid. I'm just observing them. So it's not something you should focus over here, as I'm just observing that indicator. He just built it and he told me to observe it. That's why I'm just observing it. Okay, brother? Interactive broker, IC markets, paper stones, and FP markets. Okay, you can try all of these things. You're most welcome, brother. He's not asking about the prop firm, he's asking about the kind of. Hey Sachin, how are you, brother? You okay, man? I think you are busy right now these days, brother. Remember this buy side 24993. It's gonna be taken. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot about to explain this trade to you guys around the morning session. Remember from here, around there, the thing I shared with you guys that it is going to go higher for this buy side liquidity, this high and that high. That was the relatively equal highs here, this high and that high. The thing I was showing you here. Let me actually explain this a bit, as we have the time right now. Look at that wick that has traded this very premium fair value gap. I'm going to mark that wick over here. Okay, so you have seen when I was showing this to you through my Discord, you have seen there is a lines, there is lines. Okay, so this is that lines from the 4-hour chart. I'm going to make it bold. I'm coming back to 1-minute chart over here. You have seen, remember the lines you've seen around this area, and I showed you the entry from the water block. So here, that was the lowest down close body close candle. That one traded these gaps, water block. So I showed you the entry from here, from there, and target was this buy side liquidity at the beginning, and then we have framed another one. So I'm not going another one, just look at this area over here. At the same time, it has cleared the liquidity over here. This is the liquidity taken, order block, market structure shift, either fair value gap or wanna say unfilled gap. Whatever you would love to mark it, you can mark it either way. Okay, either 22 entry fair value gap or unfilled gap because of this order block. So I showed you the entry from this area, from that area. I told you to put the stop loss below this wick. Later I actually mark the wick and I find out that I can simply put my stop loss over here, lower quadrant. The logic was, I'm going to remove this wick here. This area over here, this is that 50% of that 4-hour wick came to the 50% of that 4-hour wick, closed above this 50% of that 4-hour wick. It should work as a support. At the same time, this is that wick that has cleared the liquidity, all the lows, traded that gap. The quadrant level of that wick, market should not close above the below the lower quadrant of that wick. So this was that upper quadrant, not lower quadrant, upper quadrant. Nobody should close below the upper quadrant of that wick. Yeah, it can trade until the 50% or the lower quadrant of this wick, but body should respect the upper quadrant of that wick if it is bullish for that buy side liquidity. We have seen this buying opportunity from here to until this buy side liquidity, and later we have find out this last gap, and I told you the same thing over here. This gap, if it is reversed, you are allowed to go for new entry from this gap, by putting your stop loss below the candle which has validated this gap as inverse gap, just a bit below. Okay, so something like that here. and target a new buy side liquidity. I think it was here. That was the buy side liquidity. Target that buy side liquidity over here. Now it didn't actually give it. Instead of that, maybe you will get stopped out because that was a bit volatility over here. I don't know why, but before that it has given you 26 handles. I believe that you will be able to catch a 20 handle partial just because your stop loss is 11 handle. You'll be able to catch a 20 handle partial, and maybe then you will get stopped out to the break even over here or something like that. However it is, that was the logic for framing this buy around the morning session through our Discord, the way I was watching this market here. So if you miss the trade over here, no worries, that is your re-entry opportunity from this area. From that area, that was your re-entry opportunity. Just the stop loss is gonna be a bit more, and not more, actually it's better. Actually 13 handle stop loss for that buy side liquidity over here. After clearing some partial, you could take that entry as well from there. I just only framed this word block entry from here, but you could go from there as well. That was the trade from the morning session around the 7 a.m. This is still holding here, not moving anywhere. Sophia, then Tito will be mad at you. What happened? Mati, what if I block you? No way, brother. Okay, what happened? Thanks for the penguin, Sophia. Jinshi, thank you so much. Yep, I was having a bunch of things in these days exams, my brother's marriage, and so also I am just letting these days to go. It's cool, Sachin, but you didn't invite me to your brother's marriage, man. Just teasing me, so I said that in jest. Oh, okay, just teasing me. Mahdi, you are very bad, brother. You are not only my enemy, I'm seeing that you are also enemy to Sophia as well. Be careful, okay, brother? Be careful. I'm watching you. Just because you are my cigarette partner, I can't just bear all of your ignorance. I can't do that, right? Let's join for another smoke, brother. What do you say? He's bad. He's really bad, man. He's really bad. 6 wait. Okay, guys, I would love to see that. Oh, by the way, I got 11,395 subscribers. So I just need 5 more subscribers to make it 1,200 subscribers. So is there anyone who would love to make it 11,400 subscribers? Bullish was 57%, bearish was 25%, no bias was 18%. I was with these 57% people. I was bullish today, so I think I was with the majority. That's cool. I would love to see the situation of your account right now. What is the color of your account? Okay, please vote over here. Sujivan, are you here, brother? I'm in long. Best of luck, Ben. I don't see any long over here, to be honest. But best of luck. I wish that you will get your boom, brother. I'm seeing all of this liquidities here, and I'm more interested to see this liquidity should be taken first. But I really appreciate if it were go higher and you got your boom. I really appreciate it, man. So let's try the luck. Here I will say that we have to try our luck. If I want to take a buy here, this is just my opinion. You don't need to close your trade. Whatever you are thinking, hold on. I just gave you my opinion. Kuba is green. Hey Kuba, how are you, man? Is it Kuba or Kesi Ubu? Ubusi. I thought that the body is going to close above the last gap, but it didn't actually. TP1 hit trailing stop loss now. Congratulations, brother, for your boom. It's hard for me to look for a buy after seeing all of this accumulation and market is not going to close out the last gap. It's hard for me to look for the buy from here, to be honest. Because if you look over here around this area, it's always difficult. So here, when it closed here, I'll try to take the buy here by putting the stop loss here to go for that buy side liquidity around this area. Plus 5 handles, so I think until 5, like this way. To be honest, I was not interested to frame a setup right now, so I was not watching all of this thing. I mean, you believe me or not, because this is not a good things to watch right now to frame a setup over here. To be honest, after seeing all of this missing opportunity, remember that missing opportunity, finally got that opportunity, then again go for the trade is highly mentally, it's kind of a very high mental pressure to me. After missing two opportunity, finally got one opportunity, didn't hit the target I was waiting for. Then again, after seeing all of this accumulation to frame another trade, kind of highly risky or highly mental pressure to me. So in this type of scenario, I just let this go and then wait for the best opportunity. Why it is marked over here? Oh, okay, that was the normal buy side liquidity for today, the target for today. I'm not happy actually because I didn't get only 8 subscriber. I'm not having 11,400 subscriber. Losing losing interest. I like your analysis, including the candle counting logic. You just gained a subscriber. Can you recommend some trading books that have helped you so far? I never read the books actually. I'm very lazy. I don't read the book. I read only the novel. But if you ask me about the PDF, I'm so sorry. I can't just comment about the PDF. Okay, brother. I could do that, but I never read any book. But yeah, I have watched the psychological video like Rich Dad Poor Dad, then uh, I mean this type of things. Okay, I have watched a lot of video on YouTube, but never read any kind of books. But I hope that someone else can help you to find out some books, better books. And welcome to our community as you have just subscribed. Thank you so much, brother, for being over here. If you keep coming, I hope that it's gonna be helpful for you to understand this market. Right now, whatever is happening over here, I'm just not interested to read the market right now, okay? Because it takes too much pressure today from the trade at the beginning. So right now, I'm just not watching any setups right now. I'm just letting them go. That's all. We need 5 more subscribers. We can do it. FL Trader, let's see, brother. Thank you, Mahadi, for sharing our Discord link. If any of you are interested, please join to our Discord. It's absolutely free. That is the link. You can just join through that link. Oh, what a setup, brother. I'm so sad that I missed it. I had to go for a meeting. No problem, Suzivan. You know that. Every time trend keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. I have heard you are a professional magazine reader. Why is Tamimi? Why he is not blocking you, man? Mark Douglas trading. Yeah, trading in the zone. Trading in the zone is one of the best thing I have ever heard. Not read, heard through the YouTube. Trading in the zone is one of the best book I have ever heard through the YouTube. You can read the book, absolutely you can do that. But I actually listened to the audio. Ah. So guys, if I would love to finish the analysis for today because I'm not having the interest right now, I would love to start from the beginning. The way we actually frame our trade and we go for the trade. From the weekly chart, I'm only bearish. From the weekly chart, I'm only bearish until this market is below this new week opening gap. This candle close, this candle open, this is the new week opening gap. Until the market is below this new week opening gap, I'm more interested to look for this sell side liquidity here, this sell side liquidity here, over here, this to sell side liquidity, and more importantly to the fair value gap. You can see FVG, you can see over here. I'm more interested to see this market will come over here. Bro, quick question, how do you go from two chart into one with the split screen? I mean, here on the bottom, see here, this, click here, then click here, now it's here, here. Okay, brother. So however, this is the social liquidity I'm more interested to see right now, and I'm more interested to see this market will come here from the weekly chart. So from the weekly chart, I'm bearish. Every single time I will find a bearish opportunity. That's a high probable selling opportunity for me from this highest time frame. But remember, it doesn't mean that I have to look for the same thing from my 1 minute chart. It's absolutely different. You will have an idea from the higher time frame that will help you to understand a long-term bias. What is your long-term bias? I am bearish from the longer term until this market is below this new week opening gap. Whenever it will close out this new week opening gap, I will start to look for buy only until the all-time high and for maybe for the new all-time high, however it is. From the daily chart, until this market is above this new week opening gap. So from the weekly chart, you have seen that new week opening gap. And I was saying that until this market is below this new week opening gap, I'll keep looking for sell. And from the daily chart, until it is above this new week opening gap, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity for this inverse gap 50%, just the 50%. Not interested to see it will keep going higher and it will come to this gap. No, I don't want to see that. I would love to see, because the weekly chart should be supported by the daily chart. So if the daily chart is going higher, immediately weekly chart will start to follow the daily chart. So from the daily chart, I would love to see it will keep falling. Sorry, it will keep going higher until this 50% of this inverse gap. Why I'm looking for that? It is gonna be replied, or it is gonna be answered when you will go to your 4-hour chart. In your 4-hour chart, you'll be able to see there is a relatively equal highs, which is a resistance on the buy side. Okay, so this is my buy side liquidity. I would love to see this market will go higher and it will come to this buy side liquidity. At the same time, it is going to trade the 50% of this daily bearish fair value gap, daily inverse fair value gap 50%. So after reaching over here, all of this chart is going to support the weekly chart to fall for that sell side liquidity over here. So from now, I'm more interested to look for buying opportunity for this buy side liquidity as well as the 50% of this gap. So I have marked that specific leg, and I told that until this market is going to support this gap, the best is if it can reverse from this gap. That is the best case of scenario. But it can maximum come until to this gap. I'm still okay with that, to let the market higher, let the market go higher. It will keep going higher until it is working with this gap, upper portion or the 50%, whatever it is. Everything you are seeing now, it's an hindsight, but when I did it at the beginning of this stream, it was not there. Okay, so please don't get confused and don't think that this is hindsight. From the hourly chart, I have broken this 4-hour entry gap into hourly precised gap. I told that it was very specific, very specific, very specific. I told that this market should work with this hourly gap. It should work with this hourly gap, and then it should keep going higher for the short period of time, this buy side liquidity, which is today's target for me. This is the target for today. So I would love to see it will work with this hourly gap. It will come here, it can come even until here, I don't care about that, until the body is going to close above this line, which is the equilibrium of that specific range. Until it is not going to close below this line, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. More importantly, it can trade this gap, but it will never be able to come to this specific gap, which is the last fair value gap here. This candle low, that candle high, this deep discounted fair value gap. If by anyhow this market tap over here, I don't care about the market anymore. I will keep looking for the selling opportunity, as I don't have the sell side liquidity for a short period of time. I will not take any kind of sell. I'll just let this go. But until it is above this constant crossment, I'll keep looking for the buy. This is my today's target. So I would love to see today market is going to clear that buy side liquidity until it is working above the line over here. It can trade this gap over here from the hourly chart. There is no problem with that. From the 15-minute chart, if you guys remember, there was a gap. I marked it as an inverse gap, to be honest, because I didn't notice there is a small gap. If you have this type of gap, you don't need to mark this inverse gap. Instead of that, you can simply mark this gap over here, and you can observe this gap until the body is below this gap. You will keep thinking about some kind of fall. If the body close above this gap, you will start to look for buy again. Around the opening, I told that that was the sell side liquidity for a short period of time. That was the sell side liquidity around here. That was the buy side liquidity over here. Okay, so just let me go exactly over here where market still didn't open. So here market still didn't open around that area. So if this was the exact time, I know that some of you are not interested about this rand, but this rand is really so important to understand this market. Okay, it's very important. So next candle is gonna be the 930 candle. The very next candle is going to be the 930 candle. I have this gap. I just missed this gap because I didn't see this gap. I was seeing this gap. But if you have this gap, you don't need to mark this inverse gap. You can keep both of them. I don't have any problem. But for me, it is more than enough. Though it is very small, but if it was a bit bigger, that would be much more confident for me. However, that was the sell side liquidity. I told that the best case of scenario is market will open, it will come to this gap to the top, maximum to the 50%. It can keep falling, I don't mind, but when it will come here, I'll start to look for the buy. Buy, buy, buy. Sorry, let me actually show from there. It come here, I'll start to look for buy. 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 Here, buy. Here, buy. Then it closed below this line. No more buy is valid. Okay, I'll let this go. I don't know how far it will fall, but I know that how far maximum it can fall until this gap is the maximum level. I just don't know, is it going to reverse from there, 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 or there. I just don't know that, but I know that it can maximum fall until this gap, and body is going to close above this line. That's all I know. So my sell is gonna be valid from here to until the constant crossment of this hourly premium fair value gap. Until this area, my sell is valid, not buy, sorry. My sell is valid. And then I will start to look for buy for this buy sell liquidity over here around that area. Please don't get confused, okay? You can select screen type under layout and settings. It also depends on your plan with trading view. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye bye. Hey Madi, thank you so much, brother, for being over here. I'll just need to finish this because those people who joined me later, they need to listen this rant a bit. It's all about the price section. This is how uh, you have to actually find out the plan for the specific day. If you don't have the plan, you don't have any trade. So first you have to make the plan, then you have to execute your plan. I clearly told that there is no confusion, not like ICT himself, okay? Like it will fall, it will go higher, it will fall, it will go higher, and suddenly he will say, I told you to go for buy. It's not something like that. It's very specific, very planned wise, okay, logical. If this market reverse and take that buy side liquidity, it's a low probability. If this market come here and then fall, it's a low probability. If this market come here, 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 wherever it is, and then started to go higher, this is the highest probable buy for today. The high probable buying opportunity. I will look for a selling opportunity first until to the top of this top of this gap. If there is any selling opportunity, I will try to take that sell, and then I will start to look for buy. Very specific. I'm coming to 1 minute chart now. This is that 1 minute chart around the 9:30 open. Okay, so this is the 9:30, around 9:30. I told you market has cleared that buy side liquidity over here. It has cleared the buy side liquidity. If there was a gap after seeing this specific candle, if there is a gap, that is a highest probable selling opportunity. How far? Until the top of this gap. Okay, so let me actually mark it hourly gap. 1 minute chart. Yeah. Until to the top of this gap, it's a high probability sell. But later what happened, this candle didn't leave any gap over there. I told that if it started to go higher now, okay, I'm good to go to take the buy above the inverse gap or something like that. I don't remember. I mean, yeah, I think I told that above the inverse gap, not this gap. If it started to go higher, I can go for the buy, but it would be the best if it could come here and then start to go higher. That would be the best case of scenario for me. Then market went higher a bit again, okay, all of these things, and then finally it left that relatively equal highs. I told that this is an buy side liquidity for later use, not now. It can of course go for that. I don't care about that. I'm still not looking for any kind of buying opportunity. I'm watching that if this candle can be reversed as a market structure shift to give me my sell until where? Until to the top of this gap. Let's see what happened. Then this market gave me the market structure shift and the fair value gap. See this gap? I told that this is the best 22 YT model. I'd love to take the sell here from this candle high, from that gap low. Stop loss is gonna be a bit big higher. I will just put my stop loss above this candle over here, and I will take a partial around 1:1 here and will hold my trade until to the 50% of this gap. This is the best setup ever you have seen in this market, the best 22 YT model. What happened? Next candle failed to take me just for a bit. Okay, I think it's just for 2 to 3 handle. It failed to take me and then keep falling. Okay, just keep falling. I missed this first selling opportunity. There was no sell for me because I missed that sell opportunity. So when it came here, I stopped to looking for sell. No more sell is valid to me. Now I'm more interested to look for buy. Whoever is getting, what to say, I mean, the frustrated for this rant, please leave the stream. Please do that, okay? However, then every single time it is falling, I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. I'm more interested to look for the buy. And finally, this market has built that order block to me over here around this area. That was the order block. I was more interested to look for the buy from that order block. Wanted to take the buy, but as there was an inverse gap as well, there was an possibility that I'll miss this trade if I would love to try to take the buy from this order block. So I marked that gap and I told that I would love to take the buy from this area, from here, by putting the stop loss below the order block. I can't do that because it is highly volatility, so I'll put it over here below that, sorry, covering that opening of this order block, just the opening of this order block, and we'll try to hold the trade until this last fair value gap to that specific leg. That was the last fair value gap. So this is gonna be my buying opportunity, but until that market actually came to this gap, so I missed this buy as well. I missed that sell. I was looking for sell, it didn't give me the entry. I missed that sell. I was looking for buy, it didn't give me the entry. I missed that buy. So 1 and 2 trade I already missed. Remember that. It's not something I'm wrong. It's not something that I missed the PDRA. It's something market just didn't want to give me the entry. Then this market was doing all of these shit things. Okay, all of these things. I was not interested anything over here to go for buy or sell. Nothing. I was just simply saying, if it keep falling, I'll just observe it and I will start to look for buy again when it will take that low from here, or maybe from here I'll start to look for buy again. But I'm not interested to go for any kind of sell from there. No sell, very specific, no sell. Then market finally come here and all of this consolidation, we let it go. There was a gap. When this order block has been traded, I had this gap open over there. I wanted to see this gap will be unfilled. If this gap is filled, I'm not interested to take any kind of buy over here. First, I was waiting for an entry from the order block, but unfortunately, I was not able to take that order block entry because of this whole consolidation. I saw that market has cleared the liquidity over here, new 22 YT model. Liquidity has been cleared here, gave me market structure shift. That was the entry gap over here. That was the entry gap. This was the breakaway gap. I told that clearly, it was very clear. I would love to take the entry over here if it give me the entry within 5 candle. I should put my stop loss below this low. I'm not able to do that. Then the next level is below the candle has built the breakaway gap. Below that candle, it is also not possible for me because of 60 handle. I'll try to judge my luck by 32 handle or 34 handle. I don't remember what was that, but just below that breakaway gap. If I get stopped out, I will try to take re-entry, but not going to put my stop loss below this area, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to get a huge loss. I'm not interested to take that huge loss. If any of you are in this trade, make sure that you have taken a partial around 1:1, and then you will hold your trade until this buy side liquidity. You will count the candle within 5 candle. If you get the entry is valid. Otherwise, it's not valid. So I will just mark a line over here to show you the partial level. So later you will understand that this is the partial level. You have to take the partial, and then you can hold your trade. Not only this buy side liquidity, 5 handle above this buy side liquidity over there. What happened? 1 2 3 4 5. This is the number 5 candle. 1 2 3 4 5. Fifth number candle has provided you the entry, and then that should be the partial. If you remember, that should be the partial. And market went higher, came until this area, which is that 15-minute fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, went here and then reversed again. Maybe after clearing the partial by trailing your stop loss, you will get stopped out after seeing the run and near about 97 handle, something like that, from the gap to until here 97 handle, so maybe you'll get stopped out over here. After that, to be honest, I was not interested to go for any kind of trade anymore. It was just so painful, just because after say missing this beautiful sell, after missing this beautiful buy, finally when you have found this buy here and it didn't hit your target just for 5 to 10 handle or something like that. I think it's 97, okay, kind of 7 handle, just for 7 handle I missed this huge boom. Okay, over here people are not interested to write down boom for the partial, they want to write down boom for the buy side liquidity or extreme liquidity to be taken. Just for 700 it didn't hit my target, and maybe it will stop you out to the break even. However, it is, I was just not interested to read all of this market or everything over here, and finally market actually, you can see that buy side liquidity has been cleared, and now it is going higher. This is the target, so it will go for that buy side liquidity over here around that area. But that was the whole setup today. My request to all of you who are not interested to judge me, instead of that really interested to learn, think like that way. This is the first sell I'm going to take, and it is going to give me the profit. The first sell from here, every day you see the profit for like this type of scenario, from here to here, at least here, and then you can hold your trade as long as you want. That will be your first sell or first boom. Then you will get the next boom from here. Most of the time it is going to give you the entry over there, most of the time, and you are going to target it until the last fair value gap, so until here, which is 131 handle, around here. And then you will take this buy from here to here, or wherever it is, just let me put it over there for the sake of this conversation. This is how you are going to finish your day. Today just didn't give me two entries, finally gave me that entry. So that was my first trade, that was my first boom. Before that I tried to catch that fall, tried to catch that buy. Most of them or both of them I failed to clear. However, that was the day, and that is how I plan my trade. Then I go for execution. I hope that it will help you to understand how to wait for the perfect opportunity and then go for the perfect trade over there. And thank you so much whoever actually uh, be my subscriber today, like 98 subscriber. Thank you so much to all of you guys for being my subscriber. I wish that I will get 400 subscriber by tomorrow. If you have any question, let me know to the Discord. I have to join to the Portuguese class right now, so I will let you go guys, and we'll meet with you maybe tomorrow. Okay, so until then, cheers guys.